friend. You're doing it again. Not the big thing. The small thing underneath the big thing. You're getting ready. Reading one more article, watching one more video, telling yourself you're preparing before you actually begin. Your hand reaches for your notebook, then stops halfway, then picks up your phone instead. Just to check something, just for a second. You feel your breath shorten slightly, almost imperceptibly. The way it does right before you're about to do something that matters and don't. Your shoulders curl in a little. Your eyes lower toward the screen in your hand instead of the life sitting quietly in front of you. And somewhere in that motion, something inside you notices. Not loudly, just a flicker. A small, quiet recognition that you felt the edge of this moment before. The edge where you could begin. And instead you prepared to begin. Again. You tell yourself you're not ready yet. You've told yourself that so many times the sentence barely registers as a thought anymore. It just runs underneath everything, quiet and automatic. Like a second heartbeat. You're not stopping yet. You're just noticing. You've been here before. Not once, not twice, this exact feeling. The almost beginning, the gentle retreat into getting ready has a long, familiar history in you. Different rooms, different years, same quiet turning away, dressed each time in a new, reasonable-sounding outfit. I need more information, I need more confidence, I need the right moment. You're not telling yourself a story about who you are because of this. You're not calling yourself broken or lazy. You're just noticing the shape of the pattern, the way you'd notice a familiar song before you could name it. You've done this before. You think plainly without much drama attached to it. And for a moment, that recognition just sits there unclaimed by judgment. Just a fact you're finally willing to look at directly. There's a version of your life running somewhere just underneath this one. The one where you actually started. Not perfectly, not with some dramatic leap. Just started. Quietly on some ordinary Tuesday that looked exactly like this one. You can almost feel that life from here. Not see it clearly, just sense its outline. The way you sense a room is occupied before you've turned on the light. You watch yourself not step into it again. It doesn't feel like fear anymore. That's the strange part. It used to. Now it just feels like Tuesday, like a normal errand. You check your messages, you reorganize a folder that didn't need reorganizing. You research something adjacent to the thing you actually want. Convincing yourself that proximity counts as progress. You open the notebook, you stare at the blank page, and right there, you catch your own mind reaching for the next delay before you've even closed this one. I should think this through more. I should wait until I feel clearer. I'll start once things calm down. You don't fully believe the thought, but you notice that you don't believe it. And you let it run anyway. The way you'd let a familiar guest stay a little longer even after they've overstayed, that noticing is new. It didn't used to be there. You think about how many years have folded quietly into this same loop. Not because you didn't want the life on the other side of it. You wanted it enough that thinking about the gap between where you are and where you imagine being started to genuinely hurt. So like most people do with the pain they don't want to feel head on, you found language to make it softer. I'm being patient. I'm taking my time. This isn't the right season yet. And underneath all of that careful, reasonable language, the same plain thing kept happening. You kept agreeing to wait a little longer. You feel that agreement happening again right now. The pull to close this thought. To put it down gently and pick it back up later. The way you always do, your eyes drift toward the door. Toward the next small task. Toward anything that isn't this. And you notice the drift.
notice yourself noticing it.
This is the part you don't say out loud to anyone, how tired you are of almost beginning, not failing. You haven't even gotten far enough to fail, just almost permanently suspended in a kind of rehearsal that never quite becomes the real performance. Some days, if you're honest with yourself, the ache underneath all of this isn't really about the goal itself. It's about how long you've been standing just outside your own life, treating it like something you need permission to enter. You notice your jaw tightening slightly. You notice you've been holding your breath in small, shallow sips. These are physical things, quiet things. Your body keeping a record your mind hasn't fully admitted yet. And here's where something shifts slightly. You stay with it a beat longer than usual. You don't immediately reach for the next distraction. You let the discomfort sit, the way you'd let weather pass over a field without rushing indoors. It doesn't feel powerful. It feels almost nothing, quiet, plain, easy to miss. But it's different from every other time, because every other time you would have already left this feeling behind by now. You think about how normal this rehearsal became without you ever consciously choosing it. You didn't wake up one day and decide, I will spend years preparing instead of living. It accumulated, one postponed beginning at a time, each one small enough to excuse on its own, until the practicing itself quietly became the main event. And there's something almost funny about it. In a tired, aching way, none of this was ever about not caring. You cared the entire time. It was fear wearing the calm, reasonable costume of preparation. It was love for an old, smaller version of yourself dressed up as caution, a kind of loyalty to a person who doesn't need that much protecting anymore. You feel how exhausting that loyalty has actually been. You glance at the blank page again. It's still there. Unbothered by how long you've taken, not impatient, just present, the way pages always are, indifferent to your hesitation. And for the first time in this entire sitting, you don't look away from it. You notice something sharper now underneath the familiar quiet. It isn't only that you keep preparing, it's that the preparing has become its own strange kind of home, comfortable in its discomfort. You know every corner of it. You know exactly how far you can drift before the guilt arrives, and exactly which sentence will soften that guilt once it does. That's the part that catches you slightly off guard, not the avoidance itself. You've known about that for years, but how furnished it's become, how practiced. You're better at staying in rehearsal than you are at walking onto the actual stage. You try to remember the last time you felt fully inside something instead of circling it. You have to reach back further than feels comfortable, and in the space where that memory should sit easily, there's only a long stretch of almost days that opened with intention and quietly dissolved into the same small detour you're sitting in right now. Something tightens behind your chest, not panic, something quieter. The specific ache of realizing how much of your one life has gone toward managing a feeling instead of simply moving through it. You let yourself sit with that for a second, not the literal years, just the felt weight of them. You don't flinch away from it this time. And something in you, very quietly, stops negotiating. And for the first time in this entire sitting, you don't look away from it. You notice something sharper now, underneath the familiar quiet. It isn't only that you keep preparing, it's that the preparing has become its own strange kind of home, comfortable in its discomfort. You know every corner of it. You know exactly how far you can drift before the guilt arrives, and exactly which sentence will soften that guilt once it does. That's the part that catches you slightly off guard, not the avoidance itself. You've known about that for years, but how furnished it's become, how practiced. You're better at staying in rehearsal than you are at walking onto the actual stage. You try to remember the last time you felt fully inside something instead of circling it. You have to reach back further than feels comfortable, and in the space where that memory should sit easily, There's only a long stretch of almost days. Days that opened with intention and quietly dissolved into the same small detour you're sitting in right now. Something tightens behind your chest, not panic, something quieter. The specific ache of realizing how much of your one life has gone toward managing a feeling, instead of simply moving through it. You let yourself sit with that for a second, not the literal years, just the felt weight of them. You don't flinch away from it this time. And something in you, very quietly, stops negotiating. You don't transform. Nothing dramatic happens. You just pick up the pen. You write one sentence, not a polished one, not even a particularly good one, just one that exists where a moment ago there was only blank space. Your heart is still beating a little faster than usual. The discomfort hasn't left. You keep going anyway. Not heroically, not because the fear disappeared, because you're no longer willing to spend the next hour managing the discomfort instead of simply walking through it. That's the whole choice, small, almost unremarkable from the outside, a sentence. A door opened a few minutes earlier than usual. A life entered quietly while resistance was still fully present in the room with you. You can feel a little more room now. Not relief exactly, just space. A small distance opening up between you and the loop that's been running things until now. You don't have to finish everything today. You don't have to become a different person by tonight. You just stepped into the room you'd been rehearsing outside of for a long time, a little earlier than usual. And that's still here with you. Not as an answer, not as a finished thought. Just as a quiet kind of company, sitting a little closer than before.